if supposed voter suppression doesn't actually suppress any votes? I'm Michael Smerconish in Philadelphia. Here's why I'm asking that question. You know the conventional wisdom that Democrats are doomed in the midterms because historically the party outside the White House makes gains in the off-year election. Come November, Republicans need only gain 5 seats to take control of the House, and since the Civil War, the outside party has won at least that number in all but just 4 elections. Well, a new CNN poll suggests this year won't be any different, despite all the Democrats' attempts to rally their base around enmity for former President Trump and the events of January 6th. The poll found that 6 in 10 Americans disapprove of how Joe Biden is handling his presidency. Even worse, 56% of that group say there's literally nothing they approve of Biden having done so far. James Carville once famously said, "It's the economy, stupid." Well, disapproval for Biden's handling of the economy is now at 62%. When asked their top 2 domestic policy issues, reducing inflation was named by 42%. How's that going? Well, this week came numbers from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Consumer prices rose 7.5% over the past 12 months. That's the most in 40 years, while real wages declined 1.7%. Gas prices still up 40% from a year ago, which explains why President Biden reacted the way that he did during his first TV interview. It was this week with Lester Holt, first of the year.
I think it was back in July, you said inflation was going to be temporary. I think a lot of Americans are wondering what your definition of temporary is.
Well, you're being a wise guy with me a little bit. I understand that's your job.
Supply chain issues are affecting everything from food in the supermarket to computer chips to auto parts. And of course, there's now Canada, where a so-called trucker blockade, which started as a vaccine mandate protest, now further threatens the U.S. supply chain. Internationally, the situation in Ukraine seems about to boil over, with the State Department telling Americans to leave the country, quote, as quickly as possible, with forces amassing on 3 sides of its border. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the U.S. believes a Russian invasion with bombs and missiles could begin, quote, at any time. Today at 11 a.m. Eastern, President Biden scheduled to speak with Vladimir Putin. Meanwhile, the Mexican border remains porous following a year of record arrests. In 2021, U.S. Border Patrol agents made about 1.9 million arrests. That's a record high. And homicides and violent crime still on the rise in many American cities. Thursday night, by way of example, 5 cops shot in Phoenix, thankfully none fatally. A December